Everybody, we are back with another Call of Duty Mobile video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. So we got a bunch of new information to talk about across a couple of different topics, but I want to give you guys kind of updates on everything that's happening in Call of Duty Mobile because we do have our weekly update, which we're going to be taking a couple topics from, but also talking about some other stuff as well. Before we get started, if you guys are enjoying the videos, make sure to go ahead and drop a like down below and also subscribe to the squad if you haven't already. We are covering Call of Duty Mobile every single day on the channel. But as you can see right here, we do have the newest community update being brought to the game, which, like I said, is going to cover a couple different things. I'm not going to keep covering all the stuff that we already know about because I don't want to waste you guys' time. The first new major topic that I wanted to cover is the World Championship Stage 1B. Now, this is really interesting because I'm pretty sure coming into the COD Mobile Championships, the way the qualifiers were going to work and everything, everybody was under the impression that there was only going to be one first stage of the qualifiers, but it looks like from this, there's going to be two stages of the qualifiers, but it's going to get more complicated once I get to talking about Stage 3 and how everything with that's going to go. But first, I wanted to go ahead and talk about Stage 1B for the World Championships. As you guys can see up here, basically for people who did not manage to make it to Stage 3 of the COD Mobile Championships, there is going to be Stage 1B, wherein you will be able to once again play matches regardless of whether you have a team or not and acquire points based off how you perform in those matches. And as a result, you will be able to get skins from it. So you can see right here, we have at least two of the skins that will be available, and they're actually pretty sick. So number one, it looks like there will be a new Jade skin available. I don't think we had any character skins that were available as the result of the COD Mobile Championship qualifiers, at least for the first round. So that's actually super cool. And then we do also have an LK24 skin, which looks super dope. And the LK24 is considered by most pros to be a top 3 assault rifle in the game right now. So because of that, that's going to be a really awesome skin to get as well, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Now we are going to head on over to the Call of Duty Mobile eSports website to get a better idea of how all this is going to go down because there is a lot that goes into it. So this website has been updated a lot over the past couple days, so there's a lot of information about not only Stage 1B, but also Stage 2 and Stage 3. The primary stuff we're going to be covering in this video is Stage 1B and Stage 3. So it says at the very top that we have given an opportunity for all eligible players to have a second chance to qualify. Now, this is very interesting because there are already been given dates for Stage 3 qualifiers for Call of Duty Mobile. It says each weekend from July 2nd to July 26th, you'll be able to play in the qualifiers, assuming you're veteran rank or higher. So that's going to be another 4 weekends, the same as we had for the first stage. Just like in the first stage, once you hit sign up, it'll go live so that the first 10 rank matches that you play, you'll automatically earn tournament points. As per the first round, the higher your rank, the more points you will receive for a win. And then if you hit that 80-point mark, you'll go ahead and qualify for Stage 2B, which we have absolutely no information about as of right now. Most of the information that you need to know about being eligible for Stage 1B is the same as 1A, so we're not really going to go over that right now. Now you can see right here it says Stage 2 is June 18th to June 28th, and obviously that comes before July 2nd to July 26th. So all this to assume more than likely there is going to be another chance to qualify for Stage 3 of the COD Mobile Championships, which is definitely very interesting. Outside of that, there's not a ton of information that you guys need to know about Stage 2, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the Stage 3 information, which we actually have a ton of info about. Now, a lot of this is complicated and probably going to be covered in a separate video, but for all intents and purposes, all you need to know is that Stage 3 of the COD Mobile Championships is going to take place via a website called Game Battles that basically organizes games against players. So once you qualify for Stage 3 of the COD Mobile Championships, and I don't think any of that will be announced until more than likely tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. At that point, the top 512 teams in each region will receive a Game Battles code, and I believe at that point you'll also receive your 1000 CP and the skin that you get as a result of qualifying for the COD Mobile Championships. One important thing to note is the team that you played with in Stage 2 of the qualifiers does not have to have anything to do with the team that you played with in Stage 3. Now, just like Stage 2, you are only allowed to have 6 players on your team, with one of those players being a substitute, so that is something you need to keep in mind. But basically, teams from Stage 2 are allowed to switch up as much as they want to, assuming all 6 players have a Game Battles code. If there's any pro players out there that have lost their team and are looking to join a team, we actually have a spot on our team for a substitute, so feel free to shoot me a tweet or whatever if you do fall into that category. But basically, the regional qualifiers are going to take place on 2 separate weekends, and everybody that does get a Game Battles code is going to be able to participate in both of those. As you can see right here, it looks like there's only going to be 4 total teams from each region that qualify moving on from the regional qualifiers. But you can see right here, it does say Regional Qualifier 3A, which means there is going to be a Regional Qualifier 3B, which means more than likely there's going to be a total of 8 teams from each region that will move on from the Regional Qualifiers to round number 4. And remember, if you're eliminated from the first Regional Qualifier, you still have a chance to be in one of the top 2 teams in the second Regional Qualifier. So 2 teams from each weekend will be moving on, but more than likely there are going to be a total of 4 weekends because there's going to be 2 weekends in Stage A, and I'm guessing 2 weekends in Stage B as well. Now, obviously, there have been a lot of questions about if I already qualified for Stage 3, will I still be able to get the Stage 1B rewards and also be able to play in Stages 1B, 2B, and 3B? I think this is an important question to be answered because effectively that means if it's a no, meaning if you've qualified for Stage 3A, which is going to be the top 512 teams, if those teams are not allowed to play in Stage 1B, that means effectively all the top teams are going to be eliminated from playing in that second round of gameplay. Which means when you move on to Stage 2B and Stage 3B, none of those top 512 teams are going to be there, and you're not going to have the best possible competition. So you can see right here, it says that they're checking on it, but the general response so far is yes, you should be able to jump into that as well. But the questionable part is for people who have qualified for Stage 3, which I would say those are the most important people that should be able to play in Stage 1B, because those are going to be the most competitive teams, and since only 2 of the top 512 teams, or I guess ultimately 4 of the top 512 teams, at least for Stage A, are going to be moving on, it's pretty important that the rest of those 508 teams be able to have an opportunity to play in the B stage as well. But hopefully that'll all get sorted because it definitely would be unfair to those top 512 teams to not be able to participate in the B stage, and I think Call of Duty Mobile will be able to work it out so that everybody is able to participate. All that to say, lots of stuff to look forward to on the competitive front for Call of Duty Mobile, especially for people trying to play the game at a higher level. Hopefully lots of opportunities to come this year and also in the future. One more important piece of information to note is that we are going to have the return of the public test build in Call of Duty Mobile. It says that it's going to be up in early July. Now, when exactly that's going to be, I don't know, but I'll try to get information to you guys as early as I can. More than likely, if I had to guess, probably going to be sometime around next Friday, since they do typically release those around the same time as they release the community updates. So keep an eye out for that. Unfortunately, if you are an iOS player, you won't be able to participate in that as it is only for Android players. But hopefully we'll have more information on that relatively soon. But moving on, there's one more thing that I wanted to talk about in the video, and that is a little hint at a new gun that is going to be coming to Call of Duty Mobile in Season number 8. You can see right here, this guy's asking for a little hint about something that's coming to the game, maybe a new weapon type on the 2 new weapons, LMG, Sniper, or other. So they said they're not going to give anything too direct, but they will say that the next weapon to release may or may not be an assault rifle, aka it's an assault rifle. They also say it may also be familiar if you played certain other Call of Duty titles released in 2019, aka Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So you guys will be able to see right here, there are currently 10 assault rifles. Now, I could be wrong on this one, but I'm just going to go ahead and take it for granted that IGN has the right information about assault rifles in Modern Warfare. So they have the Kilo 141, the FAL, the M4A1, the FR556, the Odin, the M13, the FN Scar 17, the AK-47, and the Ram 7 and Grau 556. A couple that all Call of Duty Mobile players will probably recognize are the M4A1 and the AK-47. Now, right off the bat, some of you might recognize this because there was a little glitch in the game a while ago that introduced crates into the game that wouldn't actually give you crates. It would give you a glitched item that said M4A1 on it. So some people speculated that that meant the M4A1 was being introduced into Call of Duty Mobile. For those of you who don't know, the M4 and the M4A1 are the same gun. I did research about like the actual real life differences between the M4 and the M4A1 and found out that the only difference was whether or not they were full automatic or semi-automatic, and that actually in real life the M4 is only semi-automatic and burst fire, and that the M4A1 is fully automatic. So all that to say, more than likely there's not going to be an M4A1 introduced into the game when we already have the M4, so that kind of cancels out that option as well as the AK-47 because obviously we have that. So with those two eliminated, that leaves us with 8 options. Now, for the most part, I think we could say that most guns introduced into Call of Duty, or into Call of Duty Mobile, have been iconic guns from past Call of Duty series. Guns like the MP5, aka the QQ9, the M4, and the AK-47 have been in many past Call of Duties. So when we're looking at this list to try to take a guess at what the next gun in Call of Duty Mobile is going to be, we got to look at, number 1, what would fit the style of Call of Duty Mobile, but number 2, what guns have been in a lot of past Call of Duties. In my mind, the one gun off this list that really sticks out as one that's been in a ton of past Call of Duties is the SCAR, because it has been in Modern Warfare 2, it's been in Black Ops 2, it's been in Call of Duty Online, it's in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's even in PUBG Mobile, which I feel like to a certain extent gives it even more recognition and will get people more excited about it, just because it's not only pulling from the Call of Duty fans, but it's also pulling from the mobile gaming fans, because PUBG Mobile has been around for so much longer than Call of Duty Mobile. But also, there are a lot of people who love Call of Duty Mobile that probably used to play PUBG Mobile. It seems unlikely that the Kilo 141 would be introduced into Call of Duty Mobile just because it's never been in past Call of Duties. Based on the fact that it has been in a lot of past Call of Duties, the FAL could be an option, but in my opinion, it doesn't really fit the playstyle of assault rifles in Call of Duty Mobile because it is a semi-auto assault rifle. As of right now, the only semi-auto guns in the game are shotguns and DMR assault rifles. So while the FAL has been in Modern Warfare 2, in Black Ops 2, and in Call of Duty Online as well as Modern Warfare, it seems unlikely that this is one that they would introduce. The one gun that I would say could potentially take the place if it's not the SCAR would be the FR 5.56 because it is basically a replica of the FAMAS, which is also a very well-known gun in past Call of Duties. For those of you who don't know, this is a burst assault rifle, so it would play relatively similar to the M16 in Call of Duty Mobile. But with that being said, it was in Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, it was in Black Ops, it was in Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops Declassified, Call of Duty Online, and now in its newer version being the FR 5.56, it's in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The Odin is another gun which was newly introduced in Modern Warfare, which is why it seems unlikely to me that they would add it to the game, especially since so many of the guns that we have are from past Black Ops series. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure every gun in Call of Duty Mobile is from a past Black Ops series, so that pretty much eliminates all of the Modern Warfare only guns. Then we have the M13, which is another Modern Warfare only gun, which means it's probably not going to be introduced. I'm not even finding results for the Ram 7, which makes me think it was introduced in Modern Warfare. And then we got the Grau 556, which was introduced in Modern Warfare as well. So all that to say, my best guess for what the next gun to be introduced into Call of Duty Mobile is going to be would be the SCAR H. But keep in mind, we haven't had another burst assault rifle introduced in the game, and we do have multiple burst SMGs. So the FAMAS is definitely another possibility as well. But that is going to be it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like down below, and also make sure to subscribe to the squad if you guys haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.